So yesterday's last question, I gave homework. If acceleration due to gravity on moon to earth is 1 by 6 and density of earth to moon is 5 by 3, then what is the ratio of radius of moon to earth? I think you got the answer, that is 5 by 18. And second question, a diameter of ratio of diameter of two planets is 4 by 1 and ratio of density of two planets is 1 by 3, 1 by 2. Then what is the ratio of acceleration due to gravity on that two planets? Answer is 2 by 1. Okay. Now the next type of problems, that is next point in our topic is variation of acceleration due to gravity. That is variation of G. G varies. See, when we take any planet or earth, on the surface of earth, G is equal to capital G, capital M by R square. While deriving this expression, we assumed that M is the mass of the earth, which is completely concentrated at the center. Mass is assumed to be concentrated at the center. Then this is equal to R. Here our assumption is R is the distance of the given point, from the center of the earth. Right? So now here it means according to this, as we go above the earth, this distance changes. Therefore, G also changes. If you come below the earth, that is below the surface, then also this distance changes. As a result, G changes. It means as we go above the surface of the earth or below the surface of the earth, G varies. Hence, I can say G varies with height as well as depth. Today, first we will discuss variation of G with height. Okay. See here, consider it is a earth or any planet of mass m, and radius of the earth is capital R. Let P be a point which is at a height h from the surface of the earth. Today we have to calculate acceleration due to gravity at this height h. See here, say let G be the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth and G dash is the acceleration due to gravity at a height h. According to this formula, G is equal to capital G, capital M divided by R square. So on the surface of the earth as well as at height h, capital G remains same and M is also remains same. Only difference is the distance. Therefore, I can say G inversely proportional to R square. Okay. Then if I write G dash or G divided by G dash is equal to, since it is inversely proportional to square, I can put common square. Here G means R square, G dash means R plus H. Already I have written this square here. R plus H. if you simplify, g by g dash is equal to 1 plus h by r whole square. Here r by r is 1 plus h by r. Today I am interested in g dash. So for my convenience I will write here g dash can be written as this. You can take that side and complete bracket this side. G divided by 1 plus h by r whole square. So this is the original formula to calculate g at a height h. But sometimes this, since r is very large and h is very small, then also we can get answer, but calculation becomes lengthy. To avoid the calculations lengthy, I can still simplify this. That is, see here, g dash is equal to g in bracket, I take this up, 1 plus h divided by r raised to minus 2. Then if I expand it binomially, then here only I will write g dash is equal to g in bracket 1 minus 2h divided by r. So this is also a formula to calculate acceleration due to gravity at a height h. But remember, it is applicable only when h is small as compared to r. But now question arises, small means how much? Small means how much is small? Up to what height we can consider this formula? Up to what height above which height we have to take this? So actually there is no clear-cut demarcation for this, even though for our convenience approximately we can take, that is from 0 kilometer to 10 kilometer. Okay, from 10 kilometer to 500 kilometer, and above 500 kilometer. Like that we can make separation. So up to 10 kilometer, g is taken as constant. Whatever value we take on the surface of the earth, whatever may be given, it may be 9.8 or it may be 10, that is taken as constant. And up to 500 kilometer, I can use this formula. G dash is equal to g in bracket 1 minus 2h by r. And above 500, we can use this. That is g dash is equal to g divided by 1 plus h by r whole square. Okay. So this you can keep in mind. Now let us take next. See here, if h is very small, then it is necessary to calculate percentage change, or otherwise in general also we can take the percentage change in g. As usual, in general, in physics, we can calculate percentage change. Not only here, in general formula, remember, percentage change, I can represent like this, percentage change Percentage change can be written as change in the value. Usually we take final minus initial, change divided by original multiplied by 100 will give you percentage change. So today I am interested in percentage change in G, that is delta G percentage. Okay, here today we have to take change in G divided by original G multiplied by 100 will give you percentage change. Okay, what's the answer? If you look at here, I can modify this. G dash is equal to G into 1 is G minus 2H by R into G. Actually, I have to take final minus initial. Then it will take minus. It will become negative. Negative indicates decreases. That is, as H increases, G decreases. But anyway, for my convenience, I'll modify this as G minus G dash is equal to 2H by R into G. Here G minus G dash is nothing but change in G. If I bring this, change in G by original G is nothing but percentage change. So from here you can modify percentage change in G can be written as 2H by R into 100 will give you percentage change in G value. Okay, when we go above the part. So this is our theory part, what we studied, right? Now let us take how questions arises on this point. Okay, if you want you can copy. Right. So my first question on this heading. As we know, if you go above the surface of the earth, G goes on decreases. Suppose if acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth is G, then at what height, that is H is equal to how much, for which G dash is equal to G by 2. At what height acceleration due to gravity becomes half of the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth, right? Then now we have to take which formula to be, we have to decide which formula to be used, whether this or this. Then it's clear that this G becomes half. Half means there is a large change. For large change, it's clear we have to use this formula, right? Therefore, today directly I will write here G dash by G. What is G dash by G here? 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus H by R whole square. Okay. Then take reciprocal or cross multiply. 1 plus H by R is equal to, whole square is equal to 2. Take root on both sides. 1 plus h by r is equal to root 2. We are interested in h. Therefore, substitute and simplify, you get h is equal to root 2 minus 1 into r. Root 2 means 1.41 minus 1. Then it will be 0.41 into h. Sorry, r. 0.41 into r. This is the first question. Copy. Then next question, that is here I took G. Now question is for the same, if h is equal to r by 2, h is equal to r by 2, then what is the value of G? That is, if height is equal to half of the radius of the earth, then what is the value of G is the question. Here also r by 2 means it's not small, it is large, because radius of the earth is 6,400 kilometer. Half means 3,200, means greater than 500. Therefore I can use second formula, right? Because again I can write here, radius of the earth is 6,400 kilometer. I said h is equal to half of the radius, means it will be 3,200. It's not small, it's large. Large means more than 500. We should use this, right? So G dash is equal to G divided by 1 plus h by r whole square. So today given is h is equal to r by 2. That is, today I want h by r, so bring it. So h by r is equal to 1 by 2. Here you can write this, G dash is equal to G divided by 1 plus h by r is 1 by 2 whole square. Here 1 plus 1 by 2 means 3 by 2 whole square, or G divided by 9 by 4, or G dash can be written as 4 by 9 into G, means at a height equal to half of the radius, acceleration due to gravity becomes 4 by 9 times of G. Okay, copy. Okay, next homework. If h is equal to r, this question you can find in every book. If h is equal to r, then what is G? That you can calculate. Okay. Now, later, based on this heading, we have another level 2 kind of question. This is level 1 type. Level 2 questions. Actually, that level 2 questions I will solve when I am taking energy concept, law of conservation of energy concept. Or here, instead of taking that, even though I will give you questions, you can see whenever you come across in the book. That is, suppose when we drop a body from a height equal to say r by 4, you drop a body, as it is coming, its velocity goes on, increases. What is the velocity of the body when it reaches to the surface of the earth is the first question. Or if you throw a body with a velocity v is equal to say 5 kilometer per second, you know, as it is going up, its velocity goes on, decreases. Then what is the height it rises is the question. This kind of questions can arise. You may think that already this kind of question we solved in mechanics using formula v square is equal to u square plus 2a or g into h. Here we cannot use this formula because it is applicable only when g is constant. Here up to h is equal to r by 4 means up to this distance g is not constant, hence we cannot use this. And if I use 500 km per second speed, then it will go so high that this h is comparable to r. That's why g is variable, hence we cannot use these formulas. Here I can calculate variation of g with integration here, no problem, but calculation becomes lengthy, hence I am not solving this kind of questions here. Only level 1 questions I have taken here. Level 2 questions will take next. And next heading is variation of g with depth. Variation of g with depth. See here, as I told, g is maximum on the surface of the earth. If you go above the surface of the earth, g decreases. Below the surface of the earth, g decreases. It means as we come below the surface of the earth, g is not constant, it is variable. Today our aim is to measure value of g at a depth. See, consider it is a earth or any planet of mass m and radius r. Mass m, radius r. This is the radius r and mass of the earth is, or earth or planet is m. Instead of planet I will use the word earth. Now today our aim is to measure the value of g at a depth d. At a depth d. Okay. So here also we assume the same. Density remains same. Then acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth is measured, is obtained as 4 pi g rho r by 3. Once again, here 4 pi g are constants. Rho, I assume that complete earth has uniform density. And just now in the beginning of the today's class I told r means distance from the center of the earth, distance from the center of the earth. Okay, so earlier on the surface of the earth, if I take on the surface, this distance is equal to r. But today I want here, therefore distance from the center is equal to r minus d. Now I can say, in this case, it is on the surface. These are all constants on the surface as well as at this point. Hence, directly I can write here acceleration due to gravity, you can take g dash. Already here I have taken g. Then g dash, or first I can write g proportional to r, or you can say distance from center. distance from center. Hence g dash by g is equal to r minus d. Distance is r minus d divided by r. Or finally you can write g dash is equal to g in bracket r minus d by r. Here r by r is 1 minus d by r. Therefore I can say g dash is equal to g in bracket 1 minus d by r. So this is a expression for acceleration due to gravity at a depth d. Depth means distance from surface, right? Okay. Now questions. As I told, g is directly proportional to distance from the center. As this increases, g also increases, right? So first, if I want to take percentage change, here g dash is equal to g into 1 is g minus d by r into g. Here modify, you will get g minus g dash is equal to d by r into g. This is nothing but change in g. Change in g, if you bring down, it will be g is equal to d by r. Now this is nothing but fractional change in g. If I multiplied by 100, you get percentage change. Therefore finally I can write percentage change in g is equal to d by r into 100 will give you percentage change in g. Okay, next one more question. See, suppose if I ask what is the value of g at the center of the earth? G, value of g at the center of the earth. Center of the earth means here. According to this relation, distance from the center to the center is 0. Therefore this is 0. Then g will be 0. Or in another way I can say, at the center if I go on move, depth d is getting increase. At the center this d is equal to r. That is, at the center d is equal to r. So r by r is 1. 1 minus 1, 0. 0 into anything, 0. Therefore directly you can say acceleration due to gravity at the center of the earth is 0. That is, g at the center of earth is 0. Okay. So based on this, we have 1 or 2 questions that we will take in the next hour.